Yeah, Jackson's 40. 40 to get the most talking she's ever done.
All right, I'm mic'd up, just so you know. So no cussing.
I can cuss whatever I want.
Actually, I can stick this on mute. Okay, here we go. Looks like we're starting out with Wes and Nolan and Mason in his debut. And then we got Jackson and James on the back end. Jackson gets it up to Wes. Wes gets knocked, but Mason's backing him up. Mason takes it into the dots. He centers it. That was a great pass. Mason over to, yeah, they scored. Nice job by Nolan. So Mason to Nolan, and Nolan did a nice chip right up over the goalie's shoulder to start us off. Literally 13 minutes into the play, and we got going. So West to Mason to Nolan. So same five, just staying out there since they've only been out there for West to West to Mason to Nolan. So Jackson goes behind the boards. He wings it up to West, but couldn't quite get there. So Jackson now kind of working along the boards. Mason comes in to help. West gets up to grab it. He's able to get it over to Nolan. Nolan through center ice. Nolan into the zone. He's in the dots. He takes a shot. Shot goes wide. We got Noah out there on the back end. He's going to put it back into neutral ice, where we're going to get some help from the forwards. Nolan again picking it up. He's going to stream through and bring it back in. And it's going to go back, and James is going to grab it. James over to Noah. Noah's looking around. He goes to pass it and kind of slides off his stick, so he gets it over to James here. James up to Nolan. They try to hit it in. Nolan now up to, I believe that's Mason again. Mason's going to take it in. He's going to get shoved off the puck and go to the corner there. And should get a little bit of a change on our forwards here. We've been out there for a little while. So we got Jillian back in. Jillian back in action after his injury last week. So good to see him back out there. And Foothills is going to ring it around for Noah to go pick it up. So Noah picks it up. He's going to pass it over to Declan. Declan behind the net back to Noah. And Noah does a spin move to give himself some space as they're going to try to break this out. Noah back to Declan. Goes under Declan's stick. He had to get it on the backhand. Centering pass for Foothills. They can't handle it. It's going to go into the corner. Foothills pressuring. They can't hold it in the zone, though, so it's coming out. Good pressure given by Kaz. Jillian's going to go chasing that down. And here comes Foothills now through center ice. So they're going to come through center ice. Noah's in the way. Noah's going to grab that in the corner. He's battling. Noah comes out with it here. He's looking, just trying to stretch that up to Kaz. Oh, sorry, that's not Kaz. Ooh, nice try. That was Maxim. Maxim on that attempt. So he brought it in and tried to get it up over the goalie, but saved by Foothills. So the lines have been switched up, I think, with the addition of some of our players coming back from injury. So now I got to kind of learn the lines again. So we got Maxim out there. We got Nicholas. And I believe that is Dane back on defense. Dane without his stick, he's able to pick it up again. So Dane back in his normal position of a defenseman after his weekend at wing, where I think he did a great job. But Dane's going to go ahead and pick it up, loses the handle on it, but is able to deflect Foothills' attempt back behind the net. trying to break it out, having a little bit of difficulty. Foothills kind of pinging it around front. We finally get a hold of it. Logan's got it. Logan's able to bring it through neutral ice. He's going to go ahead and bring this into the zone. He got Maxim with him. He's going to take a shot. Hits off the goalie's shoulder, and the goalie's able to cover it up. So first period still, 13:46 left. I'm going to mute this a little bit so that we don't get copyright issues, or I'll just try to talk over it, so hopefully Facebook doesn't get angry at us. But anyway, we got Jackson and James on the back side, followed by, we got Mason, Wes, and Nolan in there. So Wes is going to grab this along the boards. He gets shoved down from behind, no call. Puck's going to come out of the zone. Jackson goes to chase it down. And he's going to take his guy and fight in the corner with his guys. They get wrapped up together. James comes to help out. He's going to take it behind the net, get it over to Nolan. Gets deflected by Foothills, but picked up by Nolan anyway. Nolan trying to get it to Mason, but Foothills picks it off and sends it back into the zone. Jackson will take it. He's going to go off the wall to West. West trying to pick it up now, but it's going to go out to the point where Foothills kind of sends a little lopsided one in, and we're able to get a save here. So still kind of struggling getting out of the zone. Finally, Nolan's going to get it. He's going to go dump it. Does get touched by Foothills, so no offsides or anything. So we're going to go ahead and give chase. And they're going to bring it back in. Shot, save. Sorry, can't really see down in that corner very well. Shot, save again, save again. So Jackson's in goal today. Sorry. That is Jackson, so good saves by Jackson to stop that. We got to clean up those rebounds in front by the D, though, and try to help Jackson out there. We got Declan and Noah in on the D side, and Kaz out there with Jillian and Eli. So into the corner it goes. It's going to get hit up to Jillian by Kaz. Picked up by Jillian. He can't quite bring it into the zone. Kaz trying to help him out. Back through the ice it goes. Declan's going to pick it up. He shovels it up to Jillian. Jillian goes in, but he gets hit off the puck there. Eli's got it. Oh, kind of a good play by the defenseman to poke that away at the last second. Kaz now, he tries to pass it. Gets picked off by Foothills. So Foothills on the rush now. Foothills shot, save. Jackson kicks by. And Kaz is going to pick this up again. He's going to get it over to Eli, who's just going to dump it in, and we're going to get a change. I thought Foothills tipped it, but they're going to call it as icing, so it's going to come back in. It looks like Dane Nicholas on the backside, I think, and then we got Logan with Maxim and Alex, I think. So we're just going to hit it out of the zone. Alex is going to go chase it down. Dane's going to go ahead and keep it in. Maxim and Alex are going to go give chase here. They send it up. Nicholas is able to corral that. He's going to spin and bump it off the boards. Back up to Maxim, who's just going to dump it down in deep. Logan's going to go try to chase it down here. Foothills brings it back out. Nicholas picks it up and backs in, but we got that delayed offside, so we had to touch up before we could dump back in. And they bring it back up again, but Dane's going to just keep intercepting that. He gets that over to Maxim. Maxim trying to get it up here, but couldn't quite get it off the wall there, so Foothills gets a hold of it and dumps it down deep. Dane now going to grab it. He's going to ring it off the boards here to Alex. Alex is going to chip it up and past. Icing gets called off. So we're going to get a little bit of a change here and go try to chase this thing down. Foothills brings it out to neutral ice here as they dump it in. Dane's going to go grab this behind the net and again bring it back around. He's got Wes along the boards. Wes is going to get pinched off. He gets hit right in the numbers. No calls, though. Refs have kind of put their whistles away. A turnaround shot gets deflected wide by Dane. Dane back off the boards to Wes. Goes in between Wes's legs there. It's hard to handle one. So he can't get it, but here we go. Oh, shot by Mason. So Mason was able to block the clearing attempt by Foothills, and he gets a hold of that. And make no mistake, he buries it in the corner. So great job by Mason there. So Mason, Nolan, West working that good line there.
Peter's son.
We're going to get a changing of the guard here. Eli coming out with Jillian and Kaz, I believe. We got Jackson and James on the backside. They're going to go ahead and dump it down deep. Jackson's going to go grab this in the corner. He's going to ring it off the boards. Trying to get up to Jillian. Jillian couldn't quite grab it there, so Foothill sends it back in. Now we got to go try to dig this back out again. Jackson behind the net. He's going to take along the boards. Avoids a check. Gets it over to Kaz, who bumps it up the boards. Jackson's able to get it. He bumps it up to Jillian. Jillian in the corner, and he's got Eli and Jackson with him. He's going to get pinched off here, and it's going to go behind the net. And Foothill's trying to work it out there. But Eli giving good pressure. He's able to pick that off, gets it over to Jillian. Jillian's around one, takes a shot off the goalie's face. Comes back out. James now has grabbed it. He's going to go ahead and dump it back into the corner. It's going to ricochet off the ball and get dumped into the other corner. Jackson's going to pinch. He's able to pinch it down deep. He gets hit into the boards, but not before he's able to successfully get it over to Jillian behind the net. Jillian now working into the dots. He does lose the handle there a little bit, so Foothills on the rush. He's got James. James able to keep him off the puck, though, so Jackson picks it up. Good work on defense. Jackson going ahead to break this out, and he gets a nice pass up to Maxim. Maxim not quite able to hold on to it as Foothill sends it back, but we are able to just dump it back in deep, and we're going to keep some offensive pressure going. It does pop out here, and now Alex goes and he grabs that, and he's going to dump it back in. So good pressure by this line to just keep it down into our offensive zone. Here comes Foothills now. They break out. Blue neutral ice. They're ducking and weaving. They get around to the dots, take a shot. That's blocked by Declan, and it's going to go into the corner here. Rimmed around the boards here. I believe that's Alex going to go try to pick it off, but Foothills gets to it first, dumps it into the other corner. Noah now gets to it, and he's going to try to spin around the corner. He loses the handle. They take it down deep. Saved by Jackson. Nice job by Jackson, staying sharp, staying strong. He's going to get a forward change out here. It looks like Declan and Noah are going to stay in. Forward group, we got Mason West and Nolan back out. 8:05 left in the first period still. Lafayette up 2-0. Puck dropped, won by Foothills. They're going to send it back across. Gets tapped out by West. Nice job for West, and he takes it along the boards. West has got a whole bunch of speed. He got Mason with him. What a pass! Nice bit of teamwork. West, hard work along the boards, using the speed to get around his man. Makes a nice centering pass to Mason. Mason buries it. So Mason, 3 points on the day. We're not even out of the first period here. So great job. I guess if Mason can get into a fight, he's going to get a Gordie Howe hat trick, right? He's got the assists, he's got his goals. He's got 3 points. Yeah, he's got 2 goals and an assist. All right, face-off one, but stays in the dots. Mason goes to pick it off, but Foothills is able to come with it. They go ahead and shoot it towards the net. Jackson's just going to kick that wide back to West. Mason gets it. Now Nolan on the charge. Goalie comes out to keep it away from Nolan. Picked up by Noah. Noah's going to grab it, gets it over to Declan. Declan up the boards to Wes. Wes, we are getting hit from behind all over the place, and I hope the refs at some point. And then Wes didn't even have the puck there and got checked into the boards. And again, no call by the referees, even though the puck wasn't anywhere near it. That's one thing about Foothills that I do know them for is they are a grindy team, and they are rough and tumble, and they are going to hit you every time. So hopefully we can kind of weather that storm a little bit and also make sure we all come out of this game unscathed. Forwards change off. We got Kaz in there, and he gets it back to Nicholas there, and Nicholas sends it back up. Into the zone we go, trying to pressure. Nicholas again tries to ring it off the boards. He gets it over to Jillian. Jillian trying to work now. It's kind of pinging around between Jillian and Nicholas and this one Foothills guy. Nicholas now, he's going to go ahead and ring it behind the net. to bounce it backwards off the boards to Eli. Eli trying to work it out of the zone. He is able to chip it out. Kaz gets a hold of it. He gets it over to Jillian. They bring it into the zone, but I think Kaz was just like a half skate blade offside, if anything. It was pretty close. But it is going to come out of the zone. So Kaz, Jillian, Eli still out there with Nicholas and Dane. And 6:33 left in the period. Puck drop, won by Kaz cleanly. Eli goes to get it in the corner. They're going to try to chip it off the wall into the zone. Eli's going to pick it up. He's into the docks. He makes a shot after getting shoved off the puck, saved by the goalie. Nice shot by Eli. Kaz working around in front. He's trying to find a little bit of daylight here. He gets it over to Nicholas. Nicholas is going to dump it back into the corner here. Gets it to Jillian. Jillian gets slammed to the board twice, including his head. Again, no call. Foothills send it in. Foothills has a broken stick out there, so they're going to go ahead and get it changed. And icing is going to be the call, as Foothills could not handle the pressure. We're going to have an offensive zone face-off here. So Alex, Logan, and Maxim out there for our forward pairing with James and Jackson. Faceoff kind of stays in the dot. Jackson's going to grab it. He's going to ring around backwards behind. Gets it over to Logan. Logan makes a shot, but it gets deflected. So now along the boards goes James. Foothills is able to reach the punch up, but Nolan. Oh, nice save by Jackson. Foothills was able to get to that first. Nice save again by Jackson, and then the other Jackson, defensive Jackson, says, here you go, and gives it to goalie Jackson to cover up. So we're going to get a stoppage in play here. And same five staying out. Face off. Face off won by Foothills up to the point. Shot towards the net's going to miss and go behind the goal line. Jackson's going to take it. He's going to bump it off the boards. It does get it out. No icing. Maxim's going to go chase this down into the corner. He gets slammed. And they go to clear it out. James able to kind of keep it in the zone there. But now Foothills back on the charge. So Foothills comes into the zone. They're going to just shoot it towards the net. Goes wide. Jackson goes to grab it. He's going to go ahead and bring this back around the goal for a breakout. He's got lots of space in front of him. But unfortunately, I think we're going to get called on a trip after the play. I think Logan tripped a Foothills player as he was trying to recover on defense, and that they are going to call. Which I get, that's a legitimate call, but I think we should have been on a power play about 2 or 3 times already. But is what it is. So we're going to go on the penalty kill here. It looks like our penalty killers are going to be Declan and Noah on defense, and I think we have Wes and Mason on offense. So 5:09 left in the first period. Again, Foothills up 3-0. We're going to go and try and kill off this penalty. Mason gets kicked out. Wes is going to come in to take this face-off. Face-off won by Wes into the corner. Noah goes get it. He's going to try to ring it off the boards. Can't quite get it out. Foothills now working it into the dots. Foothills back to the point. Foothills still kind of working along that blue line. They're going to work it across ice and back to the top of the blue line here. Into the corner. Shot goes completely in front of the crease and misses, and Wes is able to shovel it out. So Foothills is going to have to reset. They reset right back to Declan, who's just going to send it straight into the corner and make them go get it. Mason giving good chase, and he's going to go ahead and try this, just bugging them in the offensive zone, picked up by Wes. And Wes back to Declan, and Declan's just going to wing it back down into the corner again, just killing some time. So we're going to get some fresh penalty killers out there. Noah's staying out there, but we do have some changes. So we got Nolan now with Eli as our forwards, and we got Nicholas with Noah. Nicholas, again, he just is going to get some space and clear it all the way down. Eli almost trying to get to that, but their goalie's able to clear it out. Nolan now, he gets to it, he dumps it in the corner. Eli should get to this first. Foothills is able to shovel it out just in time, though, and they're going to have to kill some more time as Eli's just being a pest, and he's just going to be a thorn in their side until they're able to get it out to center ice here. So Foothills into the zone, gets poked away. Foothills now into the corner. We're just keeping them nicely to the outside. They do finally center it through the crease, but Jackson goes ahead and pokes it out. Shot deflected wide. And we're working along the boards here, and we are able to clear it up and out. So we'll get one new body out there. Dane has come out to help on the defensive side. So we got Jillian out there giving chase and Dane into the corner. Foothills, they're going to go ahead and center into the dots for a shot that gets deflected wide. And staying along the boards, Kaz comes in now. Penalty over, so we got back to 5-on-5. Kaz comes out to it. He's got one to beat. Kaz gets around him, but goes into the corner now. He's going to do a wraparound. Oh, yeah, Jillian right in front. Don't think he quite saw him in time. Kaz still has it. He's controlling the puck. James coming in to help now on defense here. And Kaz coming back out with it, shoots it, but gets deflected by the defenseman and goes up over to the netting. So we're going to have an offensive zone face-off here.
Hey. Other side, Bob.
2:36 left in the first.
So we're just
going to get Alex out there with Maxim and Nolan.
Patrick, what's that?
James and Jackson on defense.
Asking friends
Yes,
if they want stuff.
that's exactly what happened.
Don't be fooled by him. He's already had Starbucks.
I said, oh, I see you asking.
Okay, face off, one by Nolan into the corner. Alex is going to get pressure here. Nolan and Alex giving pressure as it rings around the back of the goal. Jackson now in the corner with his guy. And Foothills able to kind of pop it up the boards. James is back there for recovery, gets it to Alex. Alex is going to get it into the offensive zone here. Maxim is going to chase it down. And James battling with his guy, pumps over to Foothills. Good poke by Jackson to stall him, just enough for us to recover. James back behind the net. Jackson going to get it around the boards. He's going to go ahead and ring around, get it over to James. So we got a little bit of space here, and we try to break it out. Intercepted by Foothills. Good save by Jackson. Other Jackson, the pitchman now gets it. He's getting it up to Alex, and Alex sends it into the zone. We got Logan giving chase now. Foothills able to bring it out. And they're coming in. Well, we got some forward changes. We got Wes out there now, and oh, geez. So Foothills gets called offside and then takes a shot after the whistle. But they let it go. So here we go. We got Nolan out there with Maxim and Wes. We got Declan and Noah on defense. And they pop it back to Declan. Declan tries to go back to Maxim, hits the back of the skate though, and pops back into our zone. Foothills is now bringing it into the corner. Noah's going to go pick this up. Noah's grab it. And he's able to get it over to Nolan. Nolan now has got a whole head of speed. He brings it outside. Oh, Nolan misses high and wide, but really good job to get around his guy. Declan kind of able to keep it into the zone for a little bit, but I think they were worried about some offside, so we kind of held off until we can touch up. Declan now got it behind the goal. He's going to break it up to Wes. Bounces off of Wes' stick just a little bit funny and goes to Foothills here. Declan's able to come out with it, and Declan and Nolan are playing off each other here. Declan into the zone. It's going to get pinched off by Foothills. Noah's going to have to recover here on defense. Noah's going to grab it. He's going to try to get some room here. He is able to get it to Mason. Mason over to Wes. Wes does a great spin move to get by his guy. We got a 2-on-1. We got Wes and Nolan. He takes it out and buries it. Top line's really cooking. We got 4 goals. 30 seconds left in the period here. Nice job by Wes. From Mason, I believe. So that top line's still cooking.
Is this a tournament?
No, this is just a game. Okay, Nicholas Dane out there on defense. We got Kaz, Eli, and Jillian out there. Eli gets hammered into the boards. No call again. They're really hitting in the back, and the ref's letting it go. Nicholas now on defense. He breaks it up to Jillian. Jillian can't quite handle it, so Foothills working it now, but good pressure by Kaz. He's able to get hold of it. Makes his way around one, but gets pushed off. Here comes Foothills now. And they work it into the corner. They center it, but they center it straight to Jillian. And Jillian's going to go and shovel up ice for the end of the period. All right, we're back at it here. Wes gets it over to Jackson. Jackson, he's going to go ahead and just dump it into the corner for us to go get chase. We got Jackson James out on defense. Nolan, Wes, Mason. Nice job by Nolan working into the corner. Mason's able to get to it. He gets it over to Wes. Wes gets over his guy, but gets tripped up. Jackson tries to pinch in there. He's kind of keeping it down deep. I believe there was a trip called. I don't know. I think it was the player on West. I think they're going to call that a trip. So we are going to go in the power play here. So good job by West. Good hustle to draw that penalty. Let's see if we can capitalize. Power plays was not our forte last week. So apparently we're going to try to play with 6 players. This is not going to work out. There we go. West is going to head off. Oh, West is staying on. James is coming off. So we got Jackson, Mason, West, Kaz, and Jillian, I believe. Kaz to take the face off. Ref warning the wings to stay behind the line. And drops the puck there. It's going to go into the corner. Kaz picks it up and tries to get it back to Jackson. Jackson able to hold it into the zone. Foothills is able to finally get it back and hold of it. Flings it down deep. Mason to get it now. Mason able to knock it off the boards to himself. But Foothills, good pressure by Foothills. Mason's kind of holding off the 2 guys by himself. He is finally able to get that over to, not sure who that is. That is Jillian. Sorry, Jillian's going to pick it up. He brings it down the zone. He's got Mason, tries to center to Mason. Almost gets it there. Foothills now coming back out. Wes able to spin, get himself some space, tries to knock it to Mason, but this Foothills team, they are very physical, and they have no problem putting bodies on people. Over to Jackson. Jackson's going to take it now. Jackson into the docks. He's got no one. He tries to drop it off here to Kaz. But Kaz not able to quite hold on to it. Foothills on there. They shoot it up and wide. Jillian now dumps it for Wes. And Wes is able to get a hold of that. He's got one to beat, and he goes high pole for the score. So we do get that power play goal. It wasn't the prettiest of power plays, but it worked. So 5-0, 15:27 left in the period here. And it looks like Foothills is going to have a goalie change. And Foothills trying to work it in here. Noah to pick it up. Noah's going to grab it. He's able to get that out to Maxim. Maxim got Logan with him. They're going to bring it in. It's 3-on-2. Maxim holds on to it. Nice center to Alex. Alex shoots it and saved by the goalie, but really great pass there by Maxim. Foothill's able to bump it past Noah, but Noah's got quite a bit of speed, so they're not going to beat him to the puck. And here comes Maxim back in. He's going to dump it down deep. And we're going to get a change here. Declan coming in on the pinch. He's able to hold it and dump it back into the corner here. Good job by Declan to hold it. He centers it. Oh, I think he was trying to hit Maxim there and hit off Maxim's skates. So here comes Foothills on the rush. Noah's going to pop it off into the corner. And he's going to go ahead and break it out to Jillian. Jillian gets by one. Can't quite get by two. It gets stopped, held up at the blue line there as Foothills comes back in. Foothills working it. Eli's going to grab a hold of it. Can't quite bring it out of the zone. So it's staying in the zone. Sorry. Foothills into the corner. Declan goes to get it. Gets pinched off by Foothills. Kaz now is finally able to break it out to Jillian. Pops up to Eli, and we are out. Through neutral ice we go. Eli beats his guy into the dots, takes a shot high and wide, so it's going to ring around the boards. Declan keeps it in. Is able to dump it back behind. Dane now out there on defense. He's going to hold that point. Gets it back to Kaz. Kaz working it. And he gets it poked away. Dane now has it. He's able to keep it in the zone. Good job by Dane. Rings it off the boards, but unfortunately I think we were getting a change, so we didn't have any forwards there to grab it. So Foothill's able to break it out there in the docks now. Nice defensive play by Nicholas to poke it away. And we are able to hit it to Mason on the breakaway. Mason goes for the backhand, saved by the goalie. Nice try by Mason, tries to center it back to Nolan. Not quite been enough on it, so Foothills is able to clear that out. And they're going to go ahead and take a shot. Goes wide. Foothills now into the corner. Dana working his way. They try to hit it through the crease. Deflection. I think Jackson saved that on our own player's deflection. Was able to hit it off his shoulder. So nice pop up by Jackson there. Because if he hadn't have popped up, it definitely would have deflected into the goal. So nice job by Jackson to keep that out of the net. Nicholas now. He's trying to work it along the boards there. He's working with his Foothills guy, trying to keep the puck away from him. Foothills does come out winning it, though. They try to center that pass, but it deflects off the back of the goal to West. West now gets it over to Mason. Mason up for Nolan. Oh, Nolan tried the spin move, and puck didn't quite come with him. Otherwise, they would have been gone again. I believe it's an offside call, so puck should come out of the zone. Jackson and James coming back for defense, and they're going to be out there with Maxim, Logan, and Alex. Face off one. Jackson's going to grab it. He's going to bounce it off the boards. Logan's going to go and get to this. Tries to center it there for Maxim, but not quite enough on it, so they're going to battle around in the corner. Foothills pops it up, but James is able to collect it. He gets it back over to Logan. Logan now trying to work it up, but Foothills able to push him off the puck. But Foothills is offside as they bring it into the zone, so we're going to have an offensive zone face-off. Here we go. Face off coming out of the zone here. 11:57 left in the period. Face off stays in the dots. Going to finally work its way out to James. James breaks it up to Maxim. Maxim was looking the wrong direction. Went on the other side of him, so that's going to be called for an icing. So it's going to come all the way back down. And we're going to get a forward change here. Got Jillian, Kaz, and Eli coming out. Sticking with James and Jackson on the defensive side. Yep. Kaz will take the face-off here. Face-off stays in the dots. Pops up to Foothills. Nice job by Eli to take it off the stick because he was lining up for a shot. In the neutral zone now. Here comes Foothills. They're going to bring a shot blocked by Jackson. They're going to poke into the corner and shove his guy. He's trying to hold off those two guys till he can get some help. James able to get a hold of it. We got Eli. Eli's got Jillian. We got a 3-on-2 going. Kaz into the zone now. Kaz around the dots. He goes into the corner, dumps it for Eli. Goes over Eli's stick to Jillian. And it's going to pop into the corner. Kaz chasing into the corner. He's going to hit his guy. Sticking in the corner there. Poked back in by James. Kaz picks it up behind the net. Looking for Jillian. In front here, Jillian will take it. He's going to work his way into the dots. Back to Jackson. Jackson back into the corner. And Foothills gets a hold of it, and they're going to bring it back around. But Wes is coming, and he's pressing along the boards now. Wes is just taking a pounding over in there. And Foothills finally able to kind of break it loose, but they're going to give it right back to Jackson. He's going to ring it off the boards and back into the zone here. Kaz now bringing it in. He's going to wind up taking a shot. It's going to go wide. Jackson's going to pinch. Jackson able to dump it back and deep to Kaz. Kaz now working, looking for someone out in front. He's able to get it back to Jackson. Jackson will take that shot. It is going to get stopped by a stick. It's just sitting there. And finally it shovels towards the net and gets stopped by the goalie. But good pressure by that crew. Needs to be aggressive in front of the net there. So change of the guard for the defense. Noah Declan coming in. And we got Wes, Nolan, and Mason. 10:24 left in the second period. Lafayette at 5-0. Mason take the face-off. Face-off makes its way out to Declan. Declan gets it over to Noah. Pops over Noah's stick, so he's got to re-corral it. He sends it towards the net. It's going to get deflected up, pretty much straight up in the air and drop down into the corner. Mason now, he's going to get it. He works it loose, takes a shot, goes wide. Wes has grabbed it now. Gets poked away by Foothills, but Mason there to recover. Wes now in the corner. He gets it over to Nolan, who shoulders his guy. I like that we're not backing down from the aggressiveness of Foothills. We're sticking with it. Noah, nice job by Noah to keep that into the zone. Shovels it back and down into the corner. Foothills off the boards. Declan's going to pinch. And he brings it into the corner, and he's trying to work his way around his guy, but Foothills is finally kind of able to pick him off. He's got some help by Nolan. Foothills now still not able to get it out. It's bouncing over there, so good pressure by this group to keep this in. Good job by Nolan working his guy along the boards. He's got Mason now into the corner. Mason shoves it back down to Nolan, but I think our forward group's a little bit gassed. They've been out there for a long time and doing a lot of board work. Foothills finally able to shovel it out, but Noah pushes his guy off the puck, and Declan's there to send it back out. Noah does a huge chip pass up to Nolan, tries to glove it down into the corner, and while he's down there, we should get pretty much a full change of at least the other forwards. So Alex out there with Logan. Logan on the break now. Logan into the dots. Shot goes wide. Penalty called on Foothills, probably for a slash. So we should go on the power play here. Great job by Logan to pull that. So I think we're going on the power play here. And we're going to keep see what we're going with for grouping here. So our forwards, we got them with Jillian Kaz, or Mason West, and Jackson, or no, James.
Go, boys. Go, ready?
Face off won by us. Mason gets it over to Jillian, but Foothills able to get it and bring it out of the zone here. The pressure by Mason. Oh, here goes Foothills on the breakaway. Shot saved by Jackson. Nice job by Jackson. James got it now. He's going to break it up to Mason. And Jillian now giving some pressure. And we got working into the corner there. Can't really see what happens. It does end up popping out, so James is going to have to go get it here. James bounces off the boards to Mason. Zone entry coming in, drops it to Wes. Wes gets it over to Kaz, gets kind of lost up in Kaz's skates. He's able to recover it, works it into the crease shot. Oh, nice job by Kaz. He got his own rebound, but good save by the goalie. The goalie came across and was able to pinch off the angle here. Jillian now, he's got it. He's bringing it into the corner. He's going to go ahead and work this around. And he gets it to Mason. Mason gets it over to Kaz. Kaz shot, far side, goes wide. James to pick it up. James back over to Mason. Shot deflected. Kaz just missed that deflection. He got it, but it went wide. Jillian into the spot. Jillian, he picks his corner. Nice job. So nice job done there by that crew. 2 for 2 on the power play. 7:08 left in the period. Got Noah and Declan out there. Alex, Logan, and Maxim. Face off won by us, but it goes to get deflected by Foothills into the zone. Declan goes to pick it up. He rings it off the boards and out. Should be no icing because Foothills kind of lost the handle on it. They go to send it out, but Declan able to kind of hold it. Eventually makes its way to Foothills. Foothills to bring it in, but Noah's right there, and it's going to pop up into the bench. Same 5 staying out there. Declan's going to get a hold of it. He's going to bring it behind the net, behind the boards. Goes to Foothills points, but they lost their footing to get Alex trying to get it out of the zone there, but it's picked off at the point. Noah now, he's going to grab it. And he's able to work his way, tries to chip it out, gets stopped by Foothills in the slot, but ricochets off them. Logan's able to grab it and bring it in. Maxim now trying to work it in. Finally gets picked up by Noah. Noah into the slot. He's changing, he's looking. Tries to center it. Gets stopped by Foothills. Alex right there. Alex working, but Foothills able to get to that first. And here comes Foothills now. They're going to dump it into the corner. Noah's going to go collect it. Foothills making a change, so Noah's got lots of time. He's going to break it out here to Jillian, but picked off by Foothills. Foothills in his own shot, saved by Jackson. Sorry, it actually looks like Logan might have stepped in for goalie, so looks like Logan's our goalie, so it looks like they played a half a period. So that is Logan in goal, so good save by Logan. Jackson James out on defense. Got Kaz, Jillian, Eli out there. Face off won by Kaz. He rings it off the boards himself, but gets picked off by Foothills. Kaz is able to recover. He can take it himself behind the net. He's working it up off the boards. Lost it in his skates there. Now James working it out. Held in at the point by Foothills. Jackson to go collect it. He's able to get it over to James. James breaks it up to Kaz, and here we go. We have broken out. Jillian through neutral ice here. Jillian kind of loses it along the board, so we're trying to pick it out here. Kaz tries to get it over to Eli. Jillian now picks it up. He takes a shot. Glove save by the goalie. 5:13 left in the second here. going to get a new forward group out here. I got Mays and Wes out there with Nolan. Foothills does pop it out. Shot saved by Logan. James to go grab it. James working his way out. There was a check in the middle of the ice for nothing. So we are going to go back on the power play. James tries to do a centering pass. Picked off by Foothills. And we are going to go back on the power play here. So power play. We got Jackson out there with Jillian, Wes, Kaz, and Mason. Face-off stays in the dots. Jillian going to help out. He gets it over to Mason. Mason to Jackson. Jackson's going to go ahead and send it towards the net. Gets hit by the goalie down into the corner. Kaz now gets it over to, I think that's Wes. Can't see in that corner. Wes tries to get it back over to Kaz. Hits off the side of the post. Kaz now working. Gets it back in deep to Wes. Jillian gets shoved in front. Wes now trying to work it. He gets it over to Jackson. Jackson into the dots. Jackson shot. Rebounded by the goalie. Picked up by Kaz. Saved again by the goalie. Jackson gets it back over to Wes. He tries to work his way over to Mason, but gets picked off by Foothills here. Foothills now going to bring it out. Jackson's going to grab it. And he's going to get it back over to Wes. And here we go on the breakout again. Wes through the neutral ice. Wes is just going to go. He beats everybody. Kind of lost it at the last second there, so he had to go take it behind the net. Wes now trying to work his angles. Gets it over to Jillian. Pops off of Jillian. Stick Mason able to move it into the zone, though. Gets it back to Wes. See if Wes can find Kaz here. Wes gets pushed off the puck, and Foothills is going to grab this and get it out of there. Nicholas now in there on defense. We're going to get a little bit of a change. Nicholas over to Kaz. Kaz is going to go ahead and take this in now. He's got 4 players on him. Loses his footing, goes down. Foothills able to grab it, and they're just going to send it all the way down. Logan's just going to pop it off to the side. We got Dane back out there. 30 seconds on the power play. We got Logan out there. And he's out there with Nolan and Eli. So there we go. We got a hold back of it again. Nicholas kind of able to pop it back into the zone, but Foothills gets a hold, and they're going to dump it down deep. That probably should do it for about the power play. Dane going to pick it up. He's able to hold on to it. He's got Eli. Breaks it out to Eli here. Eli's going to bump it off the boards. Does get picked off by Foothills right at the blue line. Finally makes its way out of the zone. So Foothills is going to have to reset. Power play over. And we are still giving chase here. We're working along the boards. Dane on the corner. Foothills able to get some help, and they're going to work it behind the net. Center's in the crease, but they are not able to capitalize on their chance in front there. Foothills still got a hold of it. Aaron worked his way into the dot. Shot saved by Logan. Logan gobbles that thing up like a Thanksgiving turkey. And nice job. All right, Declan Noah coming out on defense here. And Logan's going to stay out there with Max up and Alex. 2:17 left in the second. Face-off, won by Foothills. They take it into the crease, but it gets poked away. Now Foothills sends it into the corner. Logan to pick it up. Logan gets it over to Noah. Noah's going to do a flinging pass up that hits off the back of one of Foothills' skates into the zone. They all have to touch up so they don't get called offsides. Declan up to Noah. Noah overruns the puck, but he's able to recover. Good work by Noah to kind of recover there, but Foothills ultimately successful in coming out with it. but Declan is able to kind of hold his guy off long enough so that we can get everyone back in time. Noah's now able to collect the puck. He brings it up, takes it along the boards there. He's going to spin his way out of trouble and get some room. Tried to do a stretch pass, little not so great angle, but we are able to kind of get a hold of it. Mason's got it now. Mason's got help. Mason just slings it hard and fast and low towards the net, and goalie wasn't ready for it, couldn't get down in time, and that's another goal from Mason. Mason's got a hat trick. We could have really used Mason last weekend where we were only losing by 1 goal, so a finisher like that could have done us a lot of good, but moving on. Good to see him getting some goals this time. Hopefully he'll start building his team's confidence and they'll just get better and better. All right, Jackson James out on defense there. Kaz coming in. We got Wes and I believe Nolan. Foothills dumps it to the corner. Jackson to go get it. He's able to shake his guy off. And Rumps trying to get it up to Wes here. Works its way out to the point. Foothills can't hold on to it, so Kaz is able to kind of shovel it out. And Foothills is going to have to reset in their own zone. Foothills now takes it in, they dump it, blocked by Jackson. And Jackson's going to take it off the net here. He gets pushed off the puck. Got James coming in to help, and Foothills puts it into the corner where nobody is there, so Kaz able to get it. He tries the long stretch pass over to Nolan, but misses Nolan just slightly. So Foothills able to get a hold of it now. Foothills on the breakout. Good poke by Kaz, but Nolan poked that thing. It's just sitting right there. And I guess it was too hard to ignore, and he poked it on his way out of the zone, and we got called for offsides. All right, so got Jillian out there, Kaz, Eli, Jackson, and James. 30 seconds left here in the period. Face off one back to Jackson. Jackson up the boards back to Jillian. Jillian takes it in. He's got 2-on-1. He's got Eli. Goes ahead and takes a shot. Does get deflected by Foothills before it makes it to the goal. Jillian now working into the corner. Kaz is coming in to help. Kaz able to pull it off. He gets it to Jillian in the dots. Jillian shot saved by the goalie. Jillian gets his own rebound and puts it into the corner for another goal. So nice job by this crew to finish out the period. All right, back for the third here. We got Dane out there with Nicholas. Dane gets it across the red line and dumps it in deep. And then we got Maxim,
Which is fine.
Logan, and Alex here on forward line. Foothills sends it down. This should be an icing. So it's gonna come back in. Logan wins the faceoff clean back to Dane. Dane off the boards to Alex. Alex back to Logan. Logan trying the centering pass, hits it off the back of the net. Foothills to recover. Nicholas able to keep it in, and he shovels it into the corner. Nicholas is going to go pinch, and he's able to hold that in the corner. Nice job by Nicholas. So Foothills still trying to work their way out of the zone. They finally are able to get back, but they lose their footing. So Dane's going to pick up that puck. He brings it up to Alex. Alex tries to push it up front, and Foothills to bring it back in. They're just going to shovel it toward the net. Logan's going to innocently kick that aside, and it's going to stay up at the point for Foothills. Foothills dumps it in deep. Nicholas is going to go grab this. He's going to try to get it up to Maxim. Bounces it off the boards and out. And here comes Foothills again. Foothills runs into their own guy, so they get tangled up with each other. So hopefully we can capitalize on that error. Nicholas now possession of the puck. Brings it off the boards up to Jillian. Jillian gets it up to Eli. Eli's able to knock it to himself, and then he gets pushed off the puck. Can't quite get it over to Kaz in time. So Foothills on the breakout. Foothills misses the pass though, but they're still coming in. Foothills into the slot. We're able to hit the puck to the side of the board. Nice job by Jillian to shove his guy off the puck. And he loses the handle right in front of the crease. Good save by Logan. Wes is now going to grab it. Wes to himself. He's going to bring it out of the zone. Gets it up to Eli. Eli beating his two guys. Makes a shot. Shot goes wide. Jillian now trying to get it over to Eli, but they're pinging and ponging around in there. Said, I will give it to Foothills. They're a very physical team, and they're just shoving people around. Noah's now got it. He's trying to work his way in. He's holding it in the corner, trying to center it to somebody. Flicks it up for Declan, but hits off of Declan's body and out of the zone. We kind of had our defense playing forwards there for a second. Noah grabs it again. He's in the dot. He's going to shoot it. Saved by Foothills. We got Declan Noah out there for defense with Mason, Wes, and Nolan there. Nolan dumps it into the corner for Mason to go get. Wraps up behind the goal. Mason is able to finally get to it here. But Foothills pokes it down at the corner, held in by Declan at the point. Foothills has it again, trying to work it behind the net. Mason is giving good pressure, and they can't hold on to it. Falls to Nolan. Mason takes the shot, scores. I was kind of pinging around in there, and when Mason got a hold of it, he just sent it right toward the net. I think just kind of putting it in that direction, but the goalie was not expecting the shot at all, was not prepared, and it just kind of slid right under him. So Mason, 5-point day. And we're going to get a forward change in here. Logan and Maxim and Alex coming in. Maxim gets it. He's trying to go off the boards here. Noah's able to pick it off. Now Noah, 4-on-3 the other way. Noah gets by one, takes it into the dock, shoots it, hits off a skate though into the corner. Noah centers it. It's a bouncing puck back into the other corner. Maxim giving chase. He's able to hold it into the corner. Logan's able to help out. Maxim into the dock. He takes a shot. Deflects wide off of Foothills. Foothills trying to break it back out, but held in by Noah. Sends it towards the net. Foothills is going to take it. They try to pass up. Just gets by Declan. Noah having to recover on the back end there. Nice defensive play by Noah. He's able to muscle out his guy and then get to the chip the puck away on the other guy. Noah sends it up. Stretch pass to Eli. Bounces over Eli's stick. That was a hard one to handle. Goalie's having to send it out. And Eli loses his footing, goes down. Foothills through neutral ice now. They're going to bring this into the corner. They're going to get called offsides. So we got a running clock. About 6 minutes left. I guess there's like a mercy rule. So at the start of the third, we started with 12 minutes and a running clock going. So 8-0 Lafayette. Got Kaz out there with Jillian and Eli, Jackson and James on the backside. Face-off won by Foothills. They're just sending it down deep in the corner. James is going to go get it. James up to Eli. Eli's able to get it up and out of the zone for Jillian to go chase. We're going to get called for the icing, though. Jillian couldn't quite get there before it crossed that line in time. So it's coming back down. Kaz takes the face-off. It is won by him. Over to James. James gets it over to Kaz. Kaz back to Eli. Eli along the boards now. Kind of loses it there in the dots. And Foothills is going to go bring this back out. But Eli being a pest and chasing back on the defensive side. James able to hold his guy off. Jackson behind the net. Jackson spins around to get out of pressure. And then he gets tied up by his own stick there and taken out. Foothills grabs it. And they pop it up to the point. Shot saved. And kind of lucked out on that one. Bounce along the board, so it's finally able to get over to Kaz. Kaz loses the handle, but he's able to recover and get it and break it out. Back up it comes. Foothills bring it into the zone, gets poked away by Nicholas into the corner, and James is going to grab it behind the net. Tries to get off the boards, deflects off the skate, but he's going to get to it first. And he's just going to go wing it to the other side. We can get a little bit of change going here. Foothills is going to have to recover. Got Nolan out there now giving chase. And Wes is in there with Wes. And Foothills bringing it into the zone. Foothills into the slot. Shot was deflected up and over. Goes to the point. Shot back in, deflected off of Kaz's skate. Stays in the corner. Works its way to the other side of the dots, where Nolan's going to try to shove his guy, goes into the crease, but Dane's able to poke it back outside, and Wes is going to get a hold of it. He's going to go ahead and bring this up the ice. Wes brings it in the zone, gets kind of sandwiched and pinched off at the blue line. Foothills grabs a hold of it. Mason in there now. Mason wings it over to Dane. Kind of whisked by Dane, so we're going to have to go recover it here behind the net. And it goes towards the goal, and Logan's just going to go ahead and cover that with his glove. He's going to have a little bit of a reset here. Again, running clocks, we're down about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Mason to take the face-off. Face-off stays in the dots. Dane trying to come in there and help. It's kind of still in the dots. Finally, Nicholas is able to poke it out. Dane now on the backside. He rings it back off the boards. This should be an icing. This will come back in. Noah Declan out there on defense. Alex, Maxim, and Logan out there. Logan wins the face-off to Noah. Noah tries to spin out of pressure. Makes its way out of the zone. Foothills sends it back in. Declan to grab it. Declan stretch pass over to Alex. Bounces over Alex's stick into the zone. This will be an icing. All right, Logan to take the face-off here. Picked up by Noah. Noah working his way out. He's able to shovel it up. This is going to come back again for an icing, though. Oh, unless it's going to stop. Or nice work by Maxim to actually grab it right at the line. Keep it from going for an icing, but Foothills able to grab it now, and they're going to come back in. Declan now, he's going to go off the boards, but Foothills picks it off. And Declan able to shove his guy back off the puck to Alex. Alex trying to get up. Declan gets it, and he's going to get it over to Maxon. Goes under Maxon's stick, so Maxon's going to have to chase into the corner now. Foothills back up. They're going to get sandwiched by our 2 defensemen there. And the puck's going to go into the dots here, where it's going to be picked up by Jillian, who gets it over to Kaz. Kaz working his way into the zone now. It's poked into the corner by Foothills. Kaz able to kind of beat his man. He's working behind the net. He's looking for a centering pass. Oh, he tried to bank it off the goalie, and it literally stopped on the goal line, and then Foothills was able to shuffle it out. But nice try by Kaz. Foothills able to get it out to their wing. He kind of fumbles it, though. Shovels it, and shot goes way wide. Kaz picks it up on the backside. He gets it off the boards up to Jillian. Jillian was spinning the opposite way, though, so he's going to have to go chase this down. Popped up toward the net. Eli, I think, tried to tomahawk that thing in. We'll have a face-off here with about 45 seconds left in the game. So this last little grouping should do it. Mason and West out there. Mason takes the face-off, wins it over to Nolan. Nolan gets it to James. James back to Mason. Foothills is able to get a hold of it and pop it back out. So James is going to have to go get it. James gets it back up, trying to get to Nolan, but the puck's kind of rolling around funny. James gets it back, holding it, gets to West. West can't quite handle it. Picked up by Foothills in the slot. And I think Foothills is going to get called for a penalty, maybe, or a hook. Not quite sure, but it doesn't matter anyway. That's the end of the game. So nice job.
Oh, good. I think they needed that.
Oh yeah, that was actually the score was 9-0.
Was it?
Yeah, they didn't put up a point. And then they finally added the last one. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I think they needed one of those.
Yeah,
just to
nice mercy rule. They
feel a little better.
running clock.
Oh,
Well, maybe it's someone's not happy.
yeah, this is a lot of Jackson's like old teammates from like way back when.
Oh really?
Probably knows at least 3/4 of this team.
And this did stream on YouTube. It did go up on YouTube. Take it. Yeah.
going to eat?